Hey everybody, I'm Doug. Wanted to talk to you about a couple of things. First is the low profile 5950 that I wanted to try out. I've got two sections in this video. The first is kind of a review of what I went through to stretch and shape this. The second is after I had this for a couple of weeks, I found kind of what I felt was a quality problem under the sweatband. So I'll also show you how to take care of that. So stay tuned. I just got a new low profile 5950. This is the first one I've gotten in the modern era, so I wanted to take a look at it. Reference some of my earlier videos in terms of stretching and shaping these. I'm going to take this Phillies cap, which I just got shipped to my house, and I'm going to put it through the paces and let you know what I find out about this cap. Okay, so first impressions, I've taken the labels off and I realize I've got to do two things with this cap. First up, the low profile caps in this category, the 5950s, they do come with a slight pre-curve on the bill. Probably a little bit less than I would normally like, so I'm going to go ahead and curve that, and I've got the technique that I've just shown in other videos for that. The other thing that I'm going to do is that this has a very typical round shape here, which I've covered in other videos as well. I'm going to go ahead and stretch that to fit my head shape better. So we'll go ahead and do that and come back and take a look. Okay, so just steaming with the hat jack in place. Same construction on this low profile cap as most 5950s, so this technique should work just fine. Just going ahead and curving the bill by applying some steam. You can check my other video for how to do this technique, but we'll go ahead and do this to the low profile. And everything so far, it's constructed exactly the same as a regular 5950. So finished up stretching the cap and curving the bill, and overall it's constructed much like a regular 5950. Of course, the only thing you're getting is the low profile, and it compares pretty closely to a 3930 in terms of the crown height. So it's a good fit, well constructed, and I'm enjoying the cap. After a couple of weeks, I started noticing that after an hour or so wearing this, I'd get a really deep red mark on my forehead. And what I found was that inside the sweatband here, there was a real accumulation of material. I'll throw some photos up on the screen. What you see here is where the excess material from the joint between the front two panels of the cap and the bill have been joined. And then that material has been folded up, creating a bunch of extra material and kind of a big clump there under the sweatband, and that's what makes it uncomfortable on your forehead. The one on the left is what I would consider a normally trimmed cap, kind of a nice line where the fabric buckram and everything else has been trimmed along. And then on the right is the photo of this Phillies cap where you can just see that clump of material that's resulted. To do this, you're going to need three basic tools. The first is a straight edge razor. Here is a utility knife. Second is some pair of small scissors that you can operate in that area with. I happen to use scissors on a multi-tool. And then finally, a small heat source, flame source, for singeing the fabric after you cut it. So right here is a small cigar lighter, which will help you do that. You have to be comfortable doing this. I don't want you to get it too close and ruin your cap. So I just say, this is a good fix, but proceed at your own risk and just be careful when you're doing it. What I did when I got in there with my utility knife was I just ran the blade along that excess fabric and just kind of scraped lightly so as not to go through it all the way, but just keep scoring it until I could pull some of the fabric away. So what you're seeing here is the cap where I've already done the fix. I'm just kind of repeating the motion so you can see what I did. So secondly, I just kind of used these nice small scissors. Didn't have a sharp tip on these, but they're sharp enough and small enough to work in this space. So really I was just kind of working around there and trimming any loose threads or any excess folds of fabric. There was a lot of fraying from removing the material. So what I did was took a small cigar lighter, which has a small directed flame, and then basically just singed that. And this is something you got to be careful with again. Just give that little bit of flame to see the fibers melt and seal, and that'll keep them from fraying. So now it's smooth here and much more comfortable on my head. Here's a quick shot of the material that I was able to remove. You can see some of the maroon from the cap, some of the white material from the buckram, and also some black material that's probably part of the seam cover or some other intermediate layer. With the way they crank through these, I'm sure that there's some variation here and some excess material gets through from time to time. So it's something you can take care of if it's not controlled on the way out when the cap's manufactured. So after that, I found it was much more comfortable fit and a lot smoother without that bump there, and I've talked about that in some other videos. So still enjoying the cap, but after that it got a lot better. So we'll see you next time. Thank you.